Howdy guys, Latus the Wolf here, and it's now day 2 of the Dricken vs Frogzard war. So as you can see, Frogzard's at 35% and Dricken's at 46%. Hooray! Now normally at this point in time, I would do a section about, you know, hey, come help the Drickens, we've been working hard, we're almost at 50%, more unlock rewards, woohoo, 100% get the Dricken flag, yay! And then, you know, next time do a video about collaborating with the Frogzards and helping them get up percentiles and helping them get rewards as well, so that way no one loses out. But, unfortunately, stuff has happened while this wolf was in bed. Basically, some things happened, some underhanded things at that, and it meant that, yes, it's good that the Frogzards got a return and managed to, you know, get back to at least having the war a bit closer. That's great. But this made me think about how many things in this event were done right and how many things were done wrong. So now I'm going to have a section of the show called You Buggered It. So, welcome to my section of the show called You Buggered It. In this bit we'll be covering what has been done right and what has been done wrong. So to begin with, the actual event itself is actually kind of cool, I like it, and it has been done. The event itself, when you think about the story of it, the aesthetics of the area, and what they were trying to achieve is good, perfect, done. Except for the fact that you buggered that, and that's what we're going to cover. So, what we're going to cover first of all is the layout of the area. Now, as you can see, just over there in the shot is where you first spawn in. Because the Dricken camp is now so close to that, it's the first camp you come across. Meaning that in a war scenario where you want both sides to be as even as possible, so that way there's not much bias in the turning of what will win and what loses, you've already broken rule 1. You did not have a mirrored map. My suggestion in this regard would be to, instead of having the Dricken camp be exactly next to the start point, you have the entry crystal in the middle bottom of the map, you put the mess hall opposite to that, you have the lake behind that, and you have the camps mirrored equal sides directly even. So that way no one side is closer to the starting point than the other. So point 1, I'll make it simple for you. Next time you do this, make it a damn mirrored map. Moving on to point 2. So, point 2 is the following. Now, some of you may have seen posts by others, and by even AE themselves, about, you know, go Frogzards and blah blah blah, that's fine. I encourage rallying of the other side, as well as rallying of this side. But, don't just suddenly give one side an advantage to make up for mistakes. That's not going to necessarily fix things. In fact, it makes it worse, because you then take away from the effort of players who have been meticulously fighting on one side, cough cough, i.e. what we're standing under. That also means it wasn't balanced to begin with. This should have been an indicator that there was an issue or problem from the word go at that point. To which point you need to learn from this. When you think about the mechanics of the war itself, it is one repeatable quest, go kill the monster, come back, that's it. And it gets very monotonous, frustrating, it's annoying. That's not done well. If you're going to do a war like this, you want it to spice it up a little bit and give some variety to it. So here's my suggestion section for number 2 on how to fix the war mechanic. Simple. All you need to do is give a little bit more variety to it. So in the case of the camps, if they were, for example, in point 1 mirrored and therefore even, in this scenario you would also be able to do it so that you have multitude of things you could do. For example, you could have Shard, the actual main boss of the area, could have a rare resource you need to make your camp better. You could have it so that you actually have to build and keep your camp going by doing quests to basically keep your camp healthy. You could be having an actual miniature PvP area in the middle where campers can fight other campers, and depending on how often you score and on what, gives points towards one side. And then last but not least, you could actually have it so that monsters that are killed gives your camp other benefits and other things that you could do. So that way you have a variety and multitude of things that contribute towards a camp's faction side and their points and their percentiles. Meaning that you're not just doing one thing over and over and over and over and over until your ears bleed out of your sides and you never want to see this type of thing again. So effectively, point 2, summoning up diversity. Last but not least, I'm going to do the last section as feedback. Take the feedback. Seriously, in big bold capital letters, take the feedback. That's going to be your most valuable thing right now about this event and for future faction wars and such if you want to hold them, because there have been previous times where people have, you know, given feedback about things that would help the game and help it progress and help it become better and reach its potential, because this game has a shit ton of potential, and the reason I'm doing this video in the first place is because I love this game so much, because I want to see it reach that potential and because I want to see it improve. But if you don't listen necessarily to the feedback that's being given at the moment by players, it's going to go badly. So please, all I ask is that you listen. If you're going to make it a test event like this, and you've done it the way you have, where only one side can win the flag at the end, so on and so forth in that regard, but stuff has gone wrong, here's what you do now. So my advice to you in this regard, if I was a game dev, would be to go, okay, right, we buggered it up, we're going to fix this next time, but right now we need to fix the current solution and problem at hand. So, what I would do is go, okay, get rid of the faction war altogether itself, and make it a community joint effort where it's, you know, you could even change the story a little bit and have some fun with this. Like, Shroud has made the camp war go, you know, worse and has destroyed the camp somewhat or something like that, you know, just add some fire effects like you did with the burning down of Babylon. And go, right, you know, we need to band together now in order to defeat Shard and his minions who have now taken over camp, gonna get you completely, and it's up to the two camps to unite to become one. To which point, you know, you get both the Dricken and Fogslad flags, you combine the players' efforts, and then when that reaches 100%, boom, Mongoloween comes, because that's how we can celebrate saving camp gonna get you. Number 1, make it a mirrored map. Number 2, make it more diverse, make it not just the same grind quest over and over and over. And number 3, if one side is losing, that should automatically show that there's problems, so next time don't just randomly help one side because that invalidates the efforts of the other side. You gotta keep it fair, okay? What you could have done is encourage people instead to, if one side is winning, to go, alright, we'll give you a chance at getting the rewards from the other one as well, from the other side, by giving you a time window in which you can theoretically make the war a draw. Because in that regard, then you're encouraging players to work together, which is what you wanted for this game. You want players to work together and you want to encourage them to work together. So that's my 3 main points. Please take this into account. It's point 4, you know, listen to feedback from your players, and other than that, that's my you buggered it up section over. I only do these videos because I want to see this game improve. So don't take it as me complaining, take it as me trying to give you some feedback, trying to critique it a bit, and trying to actually help it become a better game. And then that way, next time you're on a faction war, it'll be a lot better and your players will be much happier in the future, me included. So thank you for joining me on this video, people. Thank you to AE if you ended up listening. So from Latus the Wolf and the other fellow Drickens of Dricken Society, and all the others as you can see here, like my little Dricken friends Pez, Fritz, Kiwi and Gummy right here. From all of us, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I'll hopefully see you all on the war front. And in this case, instead of saying go Drickens, I'm going to say the following. Go both camps. You both go for it. And let's both try and win this together. Latus the Wolf, signing off.